Hey, this is JD of JD's Mancave, coming at you again tonight on a big old Saturday night. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. Hey, what's going on? It's JD of JD's Man Cave. We're here in Houston, Texas tonight. We'll be dealing with a bunch of issues tonight that we think are pertinent to the black community and the black man in particular. First of all, I'd like to title this episode is Enough is Enough. And if y'all have been watching any news, any social media, any platforms that are out there, y'all know exactly what I'm going to dive into first, and we're going to talk about a Houston native, Mr. George Floyd, straight out of 3rd Ward, CUNY home native, Jack Yates graduate, Houstonian by nature. He was born and bred right here in the 3rd Ward area, so it's a special hurt that we deal with because we've actually lost a Houstonian that didn't have to be. I mean, this man was basically lynched, modern day lynching on video, and they have hesitated to arrest anybody for his death. And the officers who stood around, at first I thought it was just one officer that was on him. Come to find out there were 3 of them on him. So there were 3 of them pound or so men on this man's back and neck and legs, and another one who just stood by and watched this take place. So I think that all 4, if only one of those guys had done the right thing, Mr. Floyd would still be with us today. He may have been injured a little, but he would at least still be alive. You know, and it's the police common courtesy and duty, if they arrest you, to make an effort to get you detained lawfully, legally, and alive. Those are the 3 things that we want to concentrate on when the police stop us. I have a caller in. Who's on the line?
This is Reggo.
Oh, hey, what's up, Big Reggo? What's happening, baby? You doing all right today?
Oh, yeah, man. Just hanging with the family, that's it.
Okay, well, that's a good thing, man. Ain't nothing like being with your loved ones, brother. That's what we want out of life. That's a good quality of life. Reg, I know you probably got something to talk about with this situation. You know, both of us have dealt with the police, both good and bad. So, yeah. You know, you go right ahead and start talking, bro.
Well, this reminds me of one time when I got, I guess I could say, apprehended by the police. It was for something silly. He put me in handcuffs. I mean, he first he was talking noise to me. I was talking noise to him, and he decided that, hey, he was gonna arrest me. So, hey, I just turned around, let him put the handcuffs on me. Once he got the handcuffs on me, he started, you know, saying, oh, you think I'm scared of you because you big? I said, well, I didn't say that. You said it. You know, there was 3 other officers there watching him do what he was doing. And fortunately, they pulled him to the side and said, hey, man, you need to leave that man alone.
Right.
You know, I experienced that for myself. And these were all brothers, so maybe there was a difference. You know, he unhandcuffed me, and I went on my way. You know,
right. Like I said, yeah, go ahead. What'd you say now?
Some people just like to abuse their power.
Right, you know? Exactly.
I just want to know who is policing the police.
Hey, Delphine, how you doing? You're absolutely right, Reggie. Like I said, if either out of those 4 officers that were there initially on the scene, if only one of them had taken the initiative and said, hey, man, look, ease up on the brother, let him up, let's get him in the car and get out of here, and take him on, he'd still be alive today. But there was a failure on all four of them officers, and I say that they're all four are just as liable for this man's death and responsible for this man's death as any one of them. That no one of them should have more weight in his death than any other. All four should be prosecuted equally. All four deserve to be locked up. All four deserve to lose their jobs. They don't need to be an officer. They don't even need to be a school crossing guard, as far as I'm concerned, because that right there was just a modern-day lynching of a black man on. And the thing about it is, Reggie, racism is not nothing new. It's just being filmed now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a new thing. Racism has never died. I don't know why some of us black people think, because we made $1.50 over bus fare and we can stay where we want to now. We feel like we can, but that's not even true. You can't stay anywhere no more. Go out there and try to buy your house in River Oaks and watch how many bylaws and guidelines they come up with before they're going to let you buy a house over there. I don't care. Hey, look here. Michael Jordan can't even go buy a house in River Oaks. So there are still so many racist parameters put up and fences that are put up for us, and we think everything is all right. We become complacent, and we don't even protest or put up a fuss anymore. We just take it and keep moving in stride because everything on our end is all right, we think. But whenever you have something like this that happens to one black man, it's happening to all of us. So we need to stand up and say enough is enough, period. I think I have somebody else on the line, Reg. Yeah.
Hey, JD, the problem was, man, that they failed to render aid. When the man requested help and said he couldn't breathe, at that point they were supposed to render aid. That's part of their training. If you break into my house and I shoot you, I still have to give first aid. If not, I have failed to render aid, and therefore I can be charged with murder, because I failed to render aid. And this guy, he told him, hey, man, I can't breathe. Oh, Lord, I'm about to kill myself. I got to shoot. And you saw the man, you saw him pissing on himself. That's what the fluid was coming from the side of the car. He had pissed on himself. The man was losing his fight. He was losing control. And he told him.
Right.
But now you got a toxicology report that comes out. First of all, the ME says, well, he had underlying conditions. Well, most black people have some kind of heart disease, hypertension, something going on, diabetes, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, something. And then they want to say, well, it wasn't asphyxia that killed him. It was he had these underlying health conditions, heart conditions, and this and that, and there was toxins in his system. Okay,
right.
Well,
right.
True, he could have toxins in his system, but he was doing just fine until he was slammed to put a beat in it.
Right.
He was sitting up calmly on the curb. They were talking to him until Chauvin showed up, the guy who he knew and had worked with for years.
Right.
Now, you know what I wonder? I'm wondering if the counterfeit money he had that he turned in was something that Chauvin gave him, and he was about to tell him, hey man, them damn bills you gave me, nigga, they was bullshit. And I got him. I'm getting hemmed up for some shit you gave me. And then you on his neck, up, you can't breathe, can't talk, you out of there. Something happened.
Right.
I just say, I hate to be a conspiracy. There's something happened between the two. They knew each other. All of a sudden, you're on his neck, and you're not listening to your man say, hey man, I can't breathe. You know it.
Well, the thing is,
you know it.
There are so many unanswered questions in this situation. And like you said, Steve, there was a responsibility of the police officers. Once that man told you he couldn't breathe, they had a responsibility to render aid to him at that time. But like I said, the officers never, ever come up to the standards that they hold us to, as a civilian. They have general standards that they have to adhere to as well. But so many times in situations, they don't adhere to them. And then they come up with a reason to minimize why they didn't adhere to them. Like you said, they've come up with the fact that he had something in his system. Okay, he may have. Or he had underlying, medical and health concerns. Well, every black man I know that's over 40 got something going on that he need to be taking a pill for. It's all them pork chops and bacon we done ate from the time we was, 8 years old until the time you 40-something. That's going to take a toll on you. So, yeah, I understand that, yeah, he may have had some underlying health issues, but he was walking around just fine the 10 minutes before you had your knee in his neck. You know what I'm saying? He was walking around just fine. He was coherent and standing on the sideline, like you said, sitting down, talking just as normal and coherent. He wasn't out of his head. He wasn't, he wasn't high. He wasn't tripping. They just grabbed him up, throwed him on the ground, and like I said, you had a 9-minute modern-day lynching on video. And like I said, this is nothing new. It always happens. It's been happening. It has never ceased. But the only thing is now everybody has a cell phone. Everybody has a video camera on their phone, and it's being taped now. That's the only thing.
You know what? There needs to be a Robin Hood clause, or I'm not trying to be funny, or a Captain Favorhood clause, or something added to some kind of legislature where if you see something like this going on and you tape it and the man says you can't breathe, you still on his neck, then you should be bound by law to, fucking put your shoulder to the middle of the nigga chest, man, and form tackle his ass and get him off of somebody if they say they can't breathe and help render aid. There's got to be some kind of legislation that will give citizens a right to help protect another citizen from police brutality.
Well, let me tell you something.
It's got to come up.
Right.
I had already said this before on a show we did Thursday night, the 219 The Talk that we do on on Thursdays. But let me tell you something.
Uh-huh.
If I had been out there, because it hurt my heart to sit there and watch that video of them, just the people just standing there filming it and all that. I don't understand that because there were some black people out there. I'm going to tell you this. I've been to jail before. I don't mind going again. But if I had been out there, me and George would have went to jail together because I would have dropped my shoulder and hit that boy in his throat and knocked him off of him. They'd have just had to tackle me down to the ground and take me to jail too. I ain't tripping because I'm not going to stand there and watch a man beg for his life. He calling for his mother. Like you say, he had lost all bodily function, and y'all just standing there with a video camera taping, talking noise. We as black people are too complacent. We do not deal with the issues when they need to be dealt with, nor we will act the fool about the wrong thing. But when we need to act the fool, we don't act the fool. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I really don't understand how they stood around and watched this man kill this man while they videotaped.
Well,
I think people have a fear. I think people have a fear, JD, of going to jail or some type of reprisal for whatever, of doing it. Now, I'm not saying they were right or necessarily wrong for that, but somehow, some way, there's got to be something legal that can help civilians render aid when an injustice is occurring, especially people are videotaping and someone's pleading. And if this guy was steadily smiling. He was smiling.
Right.
He got 200-something pounds on the back of this man's neck, but he didn't die of asphyxiation, or some kind of, you didn't cut some kind of pressure off. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't that how you put somebody to sleep by applying pressure to the back of the neck like that, where they lose consciousness?
Oh yeah, that's it. That's called a sleep hold. In WWE, that'll knock you out. Yeah, that'll put you out of there, baby. We don't watch enough power bars, wrestling, and all that to know that.
Well, hey, fellas, this is the problem I have with it. The fact that if all of us went to a bank, I could be just the getaway driver, and y'all go in the bank, rob it, and y'all kill somebody. I'm gonna get charged with the same thing y'all getting charged with.
Exactly.
So why is only one officer getting charged with this? And then the man was handcuffed. I mean, how subdued did he have to be?
Like I said, Reggie, they never hold them officers to the same standards that they hold a regular civilian to. That is actually what I meant by that. Also, is that all four of them should be charged with the same crime. All of them should be prosecuted together. It should be a corralling of all four, put them on trial together, and give them all the same amount of time. Yeah, but that's not going to happen. They have they're going to sacrifice that one, if that, to appease Black America. That's what they're trying to do. Because they sick and tired of them buildings coming burning down and the looting going on and all that. But they're not understanding that until you give us justice, you ain't going to have no peace. There shouldn't be no peace. You got to understand that, man. And that's the thing. We as Black people, go ahead, Steve.
Let me tell you how they're going to handle y'all. Us. We. That's how they're going to handle
it. You say y'all.
I'm just saying, y'all, us, we. This how they gonna handle us. Okay, sure,
right.
They arrest him, but I looked at the arrest photo. That wasn't him. That's one. If you look at it, that's two different white boys. Two, look at it. I'll send you a picture of it. Look at them. Sorry about it. It's two different white boys. All right, just look at the hairline. That'll give it away right there. Look at the nose. Okay, so that's one. Number two, they're gonna have this trial. The medical examiner has already thrown enough reasonable doubt that officer off. One, he said that he had underlying health conditions and that his death may have been exacerbated by the physical interaction with the police officer, but they never said that his death was a cause directly resulting from the knee to the neck. That's one. So that's your reasonable doubt that he's going to get off on that. Number two, you're going to try to get him in the civil trial. Well, he's going to get off on that too because, see, they're going to try to go to civil trial. They're taking for his money. Okay, his wife just divorced him. Hey man, that is a good ploy by any good lawyer to tell him, hey, you want to save half your assets, let your wife divorce you, let her take half right now. Because they're gonna come at you at the civil court, you're gonna spend most of your money in legal fees. So let her take half right now. And y'all can fix this in 3 years after this court situation is done. Because they're gonna drag this shit out for the next 2-3 years. So by then you forgot about George Floyd. He's no longer going to be a motto, a slogan, a meme. He's no longer going to be a meme. And then the verdict is going to come back, and it's going to be business as usual. And this cop is going to walk. Now he may lose his job. He may lose. He may not. He may lose his job. He may not be an officer in that department again. But he's not going to lose his pension.
Right.
He's not going to lose his military duty.
He's going to end up being a policeman somewhere else. That's how that works.
Exactly.
They just go skip up to another city where he can be a policeman there.
Well, we have seen this same story over and over again, fellas. This is not like I said, this is not a new thing. We've seen it with Castile. We've seen it with Gardner. We've seen it with Brown.
We've seen it with Bland.
Right. We've seen it over and over again.
She was high.
But my question is, when is enough going to be enough? This was blatant and on videotape. How much more can you have? How much more evidence can you have than what we've seen?
I'm gonna tell you when it's going. I'm gonna tell you when this shit's gonna stop. When people start fighting back. See, it's one thing to come up here and you loot and you burn and you riot and shit. It's gonna take.
Right.
But see, at that, you remember that big pool party that they had where there was in some white community had black kids ones who got girls with bikinis and shit. See, if somebody's daddy would have came out and bust that officer across his goddamn jaw for slamming his daughter, or to put his gun to the officer's head to tell him to get his hands off his goddamn daughter, that's when shit would have started changing. When they started seeing that we're tired of being brutalized. Because I'm gonna tell you now, if that had been my brother or that had been my son, you know, being in handcuffs with a knee to his back, I'd have pleaded with him to get off of him. But then after he wouldn't have, I'd have put my foot in his chin. I'd have hit him. I'd have done something. I'd have got him off of him. Now, we done went to jail together, but it would have been an understanding that you're not going to continue to brutalize us, and we done had it. The man told you can't breathe. You still on, you doing this, get your ass off of him. You ain't going to get I'm going to get you off of him. Matter of fact, we going to get you, because I'd have been making phone calls. Hey, man, they out here on, I'd have called every gang member, every little hood I do. Y'all need to come on out here. Come on. And bring y'all shit.
that's the thing, Steve. We're gonna definitely have to start to utilize our. We have to start utilizing our power as black folks and start looking out for one another. Because, like you said, that could have easily been your brother, my cousin, family member. But see, we too complacent and it didn't affect us. So we think, so we don't really get out and rally like we should. Or like I said, stand up for each other like we should have been doing. There should have been no way those cops were able to do what they did in a black neighborhood where that brother got pulled over. Now the thing is, I saw something on your Facebook timeline, Steve, that I think is a good thing that we need to implement, and I'm gonna adhere to it as of today. And I'm asking any brother who's out there in the neighborhood riding around day to day, and you see something, or injustice or whatever, I think that
hashtag stay with my son.
Yeah, like you said, stay with my son. And what that post said was, when you see a black man get pulled over by a cop, pull yourself over and stay there with him until he's arrested or until they release him and send him on home. That is what we need to start doing. I'm gonna tell you this here: don't do it if you got warrant, because you going too. That's just what they do. You can only do it if you are a citizen who has no warrant and your driver's license is all together, your insurance, make sure all your paperwork is together before you do it. But out of the people passing by, one of us have to have some initiative and have all our paperwork together and pull over, because this is not a crime to pull up on that site. Just stay away from it. Don't walk up on it, but let them know I'm here in an effort to make sure that you do what you're supposed to do with this young brother. That's it. There's nothing that they can do to you other than, hey, let me run your license here, man. Here go my license, here go my registration, here go my insurance, whatever. You run what you want to, but give me back my paperwork when you get through playing games. But that's what we're going to have to start doing. Yeah, there is just too much complacency in the black community. We let too much happen. It's just like, it's the same mentality. I don't understand how in the world you're on a plantation with 300 black slaves and 5 white people, and they run the whole plantation. And the white people still alive.
Well, that's easy, man. See how they do it. I'm former history teacher. I can break that down for you real quick. When they first put you on that boat, brutalized, I beat you, I raped you. When I get you off, when I put you on, before I got you on the boat, I took my rifle and I shot one of y'all between the skull and blast your head apart. The next guy that come up, I chop an arm off, chop a leg, chop a head off. The next guy that come up, I'm sticking my sword and my knife straight through his gut and dumping you in the water. What I'm doing is I'm showing you that I'm a savage and that your life means nothing and you will fear me. See, fear lasts a hell of a lot longer than respect. Right. Now, JD, I respect you, but I fear a goddamn lion. Because that lion, hey, I'm scared. I ain't scared of nothing born by a woman. Now, goddamn lion, bear, tiger, cobra, that's something you give some thought to. But another man, a nigga, I'll run right through your ass. But see, that's what happened. Well, and that's what they did. They brutalized those men and women until it was a unhealthy dose of fear, where they feared that man. They feared that man, and then they were taken to a land they didn't know. So where you gonna run to if you know not where you going?
Well,
you don't know the terrain, you don't know the land, you don't know the animals. You go to Africa, some go, you don't know what the fuck that is. But if you're your neighbor, you go roof, roof, roof. That's Scooby's Rottweiler.
Right. But you're absolutely right. But the thing is, see, those days are over with though. That there's not that type of brutality right now, and we have some type of recourse and retaliation ability at this point in our lives, and we're gonna have to start standing up as black people and stop acting like Massa still run everything. Because the Massa is over with. You know what I'm saying? But we still have that fearful slave type mentality in our minds. We want to talk about how tough we are and how cold we are and all that, but man, you still got that fearful heart in you, and we need to get ourselves past this fear of, like I said, going to jail and just let things happen in our neighborhood because there's no call for it at all. So we're gonna definitely have to, like I said, I'm making a pledge right now to that. Watch my hashtag. Watch my son, and I'm asking any of these listeners, these brothers that are out here, and hey man, look, we got to start taking responsibility, man. It ain't all about the white folks did this, white folks did that. Just like these young brothers be hollering about the white man holding them down. I want to know which one is a sign to holding you down, other than you at your mama house playing PlayStation all day. How is a white man holding you down and you at mama house using up her electricity, eating all her food, and the white man holding you down, but you playing PlayStation all day? That ain't the white man holding you down. That's you holding you down. So,
hey, JD.
Yeah.
You're definitely right about the warrant. Hey, I called the police to my house because I had an altercation at my house. I called the police just so I thought I was doing the right thing. When the lawman came to my house, he asked me for my license to see if I had one. I got kind of tickled at it. I was like, here's my license. Go check it. So I can't get no help. Oh, no, but it ain't like that. But I can't tell. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to get these people away from my house, but you come to me with, hey, man, let me see if you got a warrant. You know what I'm saying? I didn't call you for that.
Right.
I called you so I could get some help so I won't get myself in trouble, but I see right now I can't even call you. So I just got to handle up on my own.
Now, and see, the thing is, if you do handle your own business, then they're going to try to take you to jail. You know what I'm saying? So
yep.
You damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? In many circumstances.
Oh, thank you so much.
And that's
you too. I'm sorry, me and wife was picking up something. I'm sorry, me and wife was picking up something. We were just telling God thank you.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying that, Reggie was talking about the fact that he had called the police, and first thing they did was he called him to his house, and the first thing they did was ask him for his ID so they could run and see if he got warrants. Now, he's the one who made the call trying to get some help to the house so he wouldn't have to just handle his business on his own. But they want to check to see if he got warrants. What kind of policing is that, brother? That does not make sense. That's what makes the black community hesitant to call and ask for police help. That's why we have so many murders in our neighborhoods, because brothers just gone and handle their business. They ain't calling no laws. You call laws after I get through popping this cat in his behind. But then you need to pop him in his behind, and then you go to jail for nothing. When you were the one in your household.
It's just a fear tactic. That's all it is. It's a fear tactic. He wanted to see if I was going to get nervous. I don't know what he was thinking. But, hey, man, my warrant days are over with. If I did have a warrant, it would be for some tickets, but I don't even get tickets no more. You know what I'm saying? So I couldn't understand why I call you, but you asking for my information so you can see if I'm the bad guy. But it's at my house.
That's called backwards policing. That's backwards policing, brother. They, like I said, they train, but they really are ignorant to the actual laws. They do what they want to do. They have too much discretion in certain manners that they have no business dealing with. There's really an under training, just not a real good strategy that they use to police our communities, man. They come with the stormtrooper type mentality when it comes to dealing with black communities. As a white community or a Asian, other communities, they go in with the protect and serve attitude. But in a black community, they come in with the stormtrooper, head buster, knock them down, drag them out of here type mentality when they police in our communities. And that right there to me is something in our culture that we need to change. If we started to police the police, I think that would change in our community. They come with a different attitude. If they knew it was jeopardy of them getting their head bust while they out here in this neighborhood acting a fool. So we just want to stand up.
They have a problem. They have a problem with us having our own stuff. Period. They Black Wall Street is just an example of that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
It was too much going on. So, you know, they don't want us, but they don't want us to do our own thing. I don't get that.
Reggie, I don't know if people understand the history of the Black Wall Street. That happened in 1921. 1921, brother, 100 years ago, and we still have the same kind of problems out of these white folks right now to this day. 100 years later, we still having problems where they, like you say, they don't want us. They look. Let me tell you something. A white man don't think you're supposed to be driving the same kind of car he got. You better not have one better than him, or he really high. Yeah, that's just how it works. We've seen it at job sites, working together. Guys have to drive their old trucks and old cars to work because if the white man see them with a car nicer than theirs, they're going to think they're paying you too much and you get fired. I've actually seen that happen in my lifetime. I'm 51 years old. I've seen that happen in my lifetime.
Well, JD, I've experienced that personally. You know,
right.
I worked at a job there. The guys was telling me, hey, man, you can't have this kind of car or that kind of car because they're going to start cutting your hours. I was like, you know, okay, you know what I'm saying? I'm not really paying no attention to them. I'm like, they got nice cars. I mean, they don't want their employees to have nice shit.
No.
I mean, it's like I'm trying to buy a house. I'm making all this money, and I'm making you a lot of money as well.
Right.
I try to buy a house, so they call my job and, you know, ask them questions about, hey, man, we see how much money he makes. We just want to ask y'all a few questions. You know, is he really making this money? You know, all that do is say yes. It's already on paper that I'm making this money. But let me tell you what HR told these people.
What they told?
Overtime is not guaranteed, and raises is on the freeze right now. So, you know, I'm like, you know, the people call me back and say, hey, man, we're going to give you the house because we see you making the money. But he said, man, I don't think they want you to get the house. They told me exactly what they told him. I was just in disbelief.
Right.
I mean, why would you go to that point? Oh, so you don't want me to get my house?
No, they don't.
My house is all right, but, you know, I ain't moved into no mansion. I just wanted to move my family up into something nicer.
Let me tell you something. They still want us with dirt floors and tin roofs, brother. If it was up to them, we still have dirt floors and be sweeping the dirt floor and have a tin roof on your house if it was up to them. They don't want to see you with nothing comparable or better than what they have. They're going to do everything in their power to limit what you can. And the thing about it is, that's why I tell people all the time, we need to start teaching our kids to be entrepreneurs and run businesses and teach them financial literacy. Because whenever you give somebody the power to feed you, you give them the power to starve you too. And that's just something we need to get in our kids' head. Because that is the way that they teach their kids in their houses. And I'm talking about white people. I mean, I keep saying there, but I want y'all to know who I'm talking about. You know, but that's how they teach their kids. They teach them financial literacy about entrepreneurship and how to flip money into more money, make your money work for yourself. We don't do that in our households, and we need to start that as a culture and change the way that we teach and educate our kids in the house. Because you can't sit around and wait on public schooling to teach your child everything they're going to need to do in life. That's crazy. But, you know, we as parents, that's what we do. And, Steve, I know you being an educator, you know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. But, you know, so many parents just rely on what the school teaches their kids because they want to push their kid out and put them on y'all and want y'all to teach them everything and then send them back home with everything they need to know. That's not how life works. So many times public school fails our kids and it's up to the parent. You know, if I can tell you, when I was growing up as a kid, my mother, she didn't have much money, but she would buy, I don't know if y'all remember this, when them guys used to come around and you could buy encyclopedias at the door, and she would buy 2 or 3 of them at a time until we had an entire set, because she didn't have the money to just go out and buy me a set of encyclopedias. So I had to do all my projects on the encyclopedias I had at the house. Whatever, you know, if I had A through D, But whatever project I was doing gonna be some A through D, and that's just all it is to it. But so many times parents don't invest anything into their kids' education, nor do they inspire them to do anything extra at home. My mother always made me do extra stuff and made sure I was reading this or reading that, and it was just in our house, books and encyclopedias, dictionaries, all that was in the house, and we were expected to read them. They weren't just sitting around to hold up on the shelf. They were used to do your projects with, to learn. You ask her a word, she'll tell you, go look it up. And too many times, and I don't understand how kids are flunking nowadays with Google on their damn phone. I'm not understanding that. That really, you can't be a dummy with a smartphone, dog. That is the craziest damn thing. How in the hell you flunk and I got you an iPhone? You sitting in class with an iPhone and you flunk a class. You don't get no iPhone no more. You get a tin can and a string. If you need to make a call, you use that. Because evidently you don't know what you're doing with that iPhone. That is crazy, Steve. How did that happen?
Man, don't make me lie to you, bro. I said the same thing. I don't get it. How you nigga, you got all this at your fingertips, and you can't do simple, nigga. I don't know. As many days sitting in class,
put your phone in your pocket. You's a dummy. That baby's a certified retard.
As many days I sit in class and have to wonder, does this nigga have fetal alcohol syndrome or some shit? Oh, he can't think right. You got a smartphone. You got Alexa. You got a tablet. You got all kinds of shit. Hold on.
Right.
How you don't have? You just can't get your life together.
And you sit there and flunk my class. It should be a way you can give them 2 F's. F for not doing your work and an F for not just even trying. Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I give 2 F's. It's gonna be if I give 2 F's, it's for them to take home and get one of their parents.
See, my coach used to tell me this: if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So,
nigga, that sound like Coach Rivers. That sounds like Coach Rivers over there at Thomas Miller. You ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
That's Coach Bell at Jones High School. Or Rolling Rock. If you ain't cheating, nigga, you ain't trying. And that's just all it is to it. So guess what? I was always trying. Yeah, you don't just lay down and let it happen. Yeah, so get out there and do what you got to do. Yeah. But, I think KJ, is KJ on the line? Yeah. KJ. He ain't on the, okay, never mind. Reggie.
Yeah.
What you think about it, brother? What you got any topics you want to talk about, man? We can talk about George Floyd for the rest of our life. We just going to get out here and do something. I saw they had a little protest in Houston, 3rd Ward area yesterday. I'm glad to say I didn't hear anything about anybody getting arrested or anybody getting injured. So we need to stand in the gap for each other, man, because we like I said, we've got too complacent, man. We just letting things happen in our neighborhood. We let these police come and run rampant in the neighborhood and do what they want to do. Man, massa is gone, bro. We got to quit that massa mentality and start, showing some effort to at least deter some of this violence that's going on with these police. These police coming in terrorizing our neighborhoods, bro.
Oh yeah, they coming in there running roughshod.
The problem is they give you something that you actually work for, and they try to use it against you. Well, you got this, you got that.
Oh,
we gave you a black president. You're making millions of dollars. What's your complaint? You should just keep your mouth shut and be happy that you got what you have. It's that mentality.
I think it's all stemming back from that little old raggedy $1,200 they gave us. They think they put us to, that's enough to keep us quiet for a little while. Give them another look. They lied to give us another little 12 now. But
hey, look, mine ain't came in yet. I'm still waiting on mine.
I'm still looking for my first 12. I ain't got mine yet.
Hey, well, look here.
Hey, look here. I'm gonna send you the calendar. That's gonna show by your by your salary when how much you report to the IRS that when it's coming in. But
right.
I sent it to I sent it to JD. It's on my phone. My mom's text person sent it to me because I was like, hey, where's mine? Because me and wife, we ain't seen it.
You ain't seen it yet.
I ain't seen it yet myself. I'm like, do I get the 1,200 everybody get? I mean, hey, they giving out an extra $600 on unemployment. You know what I'm saying? People making no money now that they're not working and when they was working.
Right. And look, Reggie, that's funny you brought that up because they were just talking about on Magic 102 the other day about how a lot of people ain't trying to go back to work. They rather, but they gonna cut that unemployment thing out, man. If you eligible to go back to work and you ain't going just because you don't want to, they gonna cut that out, man. But hey, look here, like you say, some people making more money now than what they were when they worked, because now they ain't got to buy no gas, they ain't got to buy lunch, they ain't got to pay for so many other different incidentals that you have to when you going back and forth to work. So they really bringing home more money now than they was when they working. And you think boys trying to get that up? Boy, hush.
Hey, I hate to sound petty. Hey, I hate to sound petty. But damn. You make it $8.50 an hour. You get unemployment, you don't get that at all. You know what I'm saying? You get a percentage of what you was making, but now they throw the extra $600. Well, I wouldn't want to go back to work either.
Exactly. Hey man, look, we can look what they say, baby. We can do math now. We know how to do math, and simple math is just math. Math is just math, brother. And when it ain't adding up, what I'm going back for? When I'm gonna have to buy gas and I'm gonna have to buy lunch and I'm gonna have to spend money on this and spend money on that, and then I'm still right back to the little $8.50 and $9 an hour. Boyhood, send me my unemployment check and that extra $600. I'm good. I'm gonna make it with that. Yeah, boy, unemployment was a come up for some of us. Some people, it was a come up. Yeah, it was a come up. Hey, man, like I say, brother, you can do math now, man. We ain't tripping with that.
Yeah, I got family members think they do it there. I'm like, oh, y'all got that little money, huh? Okay, I see.
Yep.
I see. It's gonna run out though. That's what you. I hope you put yourself back.
Hey, man, you got to know that little money burnt a hole in their pocket and went straight through it. You got to know that, man.
Yeah, too many people don't. Well, you got to know your gazentas, man. You got to know how many times something goes into something.
The gazentas? I hear you, Jethro.
Not Jethro, huh?
Yeah, the gazentas.
You got to know your gazentas.
Exactly. You're absolutely right, brother. You sure right. And a lot of our gazentas ain't going into nothing. Going into the Walmart and into Kroger's. Boy, look, $1,200, that's a good trip to Walmart. With my wife, anyway. She go in there and run through there like Hurricane Janice and be on the back end waiting on me at the register. And that $1,200 is gone.
You preaching to the choir.
Yeah, I know. We all three of us got one of them, man. So I know Steve got one too. Yeah, so we know how it works.
My wife is real good about spending. She's good about watching how she spends. She's not a spendthrift person.
When you're around, she is.
I'm lucky.
Yeah, well, I'm glad she got you.
I'm at Family Dollar. I ain't seen a Chico stick in, boy.
Man, get out this stove.
Look, baby, Chico stick. I ain't seen one in a minute. Man, I ain't seen one in since I was a kid.
Yeah, Chico sticks are rare and few in. I ain't seen one in a minute myself. But yeah, like I said, man, hey, y'all know Father's Day coming up, huh?
What you say, JD?
What's coming up?
I say y'all know Father's Day is coming up, right?
Oh yeah.
Don't expect a damn thing, all right?
Well, I don't never expect nothing. So
don't y'all get y'all damn hopes up.
Probably be the one doing the cooking.
Exactly.
Okay.
You better know. Hey, let me tell you something, man. They put up banners, they put up commercials and all kind of stuff. Jared got commercials and everything when Mother's Day coming up, but you ain't seen a sock commercial when Father's Day coming up. And that's what we end up getting, some socks and a tie most of the time. You know what I'm saying? You can forget all the big shenanigans. You might get you a bowl of soup or something out of it. She'll bring you your food that day. That's about it. Okay. But you ain't getting too much, brother. You can forget it.
Well, my thing is, my wife, she'll start the cooking, but something will come up where I have to finish it.
Right. Hey, man, let me tell you something. You know what that tells me? That woman is smart. Mm-hmm. She got you figured out, bro. That's all. You can't be mad at her. I tell men all the time, your woman is always smarter than you, bro. My woman is smarter than me, and every brother that's out there, I want you to know your wife or your girl is smarter than you. And you know, brothers used to get mad at me, Reggie, and when I say that in the barbershop, but I ask them a question. I say, what's your wife's social security number? Man, I don't know. What's her driver's license number? Man, I don't know. I say, I bet she know yours.
Yeah.
I bet she know yours.
JD, you know what?
I don't know it by heart, but it's saved in my phone, so I always know it. So if I need it, I can go back to it. You know, I'll make sure I keep that information.
Let me ask you another question. Let me ask both of y'all another question. You ever woke up in the middle of the night, looked over there, and your woman or your wife was just looking at you, staring? See, while you sleeping, she thinking. But you don't have no. See, the thing about men is we react. Women prepare. See, that's the difference between men and women. They prepare for things. We react to stuff. We not.
JD, I can speak on that. I can speak on that. My wife be preparing. Let me tell you this. All right. So the last couple of weeks, these random Amazon packages that come to the house, I just started cussing. I'm like, what in the hell is you ordering? You know, shit. He said, nigga, it's your Father's Day gifts. I had to shut up real quick.
Yeah. But like I said, she's smarter than you.
She thought enough of me, prepared. You know, she was preparing. You know, me, I like to do shit last minute. That's just me.
One of them boxes might have been for you. Now, she ain't never let you see what was in the box, so one might have been just for you. Not all of them was for you now. Don't get it wrong. She just I know not all of them was for me, but I know that the ones that I saw, you know now that one came today. I was like, damn, baby, another one. She said, no, that's my phone case, new phone case. I was okay. See what I'm saying? She told you that one of that your Father's Day gift was in there so to shut you up. Now she ain't no dummy by no stretch of the imagination. I told you she's smarter than you, brother. You are out with it over there where you at.
That's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
No, it's definitely not. I'm so glad mine is smarter than me because I have my dummy moments here and there, and I need somebody to put me back in line. Be like, look here, that was stupid. Don't do that no damn more. And I adhere to it. I'm cool with that. I know I have stupid moments. I have no doubt in my mind that I have done something dumb this month. But I'm able to bounce back because I have good sense over here with me. Praise the Lord. That's all I have to say. But yeah, so we all, we all suffer from that. Don't ever think you're smarter than your woman because she's going to always outthink you. Yep. Now what you saying, Reggo?
Again, that's not a bad thing because, as like you say, as men, we don't prepare like they prepare.
Right.
Vacations and, just buying stuff, they already have how they made up how they're going to do it. You just got to go along with the program.
Right.
You see where I'm at right now.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't know I was coming here, but I'm here.
Yeah, exactly. I understand. But hey, look here. Like I told you tonight, hey, go ahead and go with mama. Hey man, you always want to keep the peace in your house, man. Ain't nothing like having peace in your dwelling. I tell brothers all the time, when you are a man, you set the temperature at the house. You set the tone. If you go in there ignorant and acting like a bull in a china cabinet, guess what? You're going to end up breaking up everything. So you better go through there and walk it gingerly and handling your business like you're supposed to. And you don't have to, if you're a real man, you don't have to demand respect. You command respect. And the way you command respect is simply doing what you're supposed to do. When you command respect, you don't have to demand it. It just happens.
I find myself walking sideways sometimes in the house, so hey, I already know. You know, I would like to just live just walk through there like a bull in the China cabinet, but hey, man, I like you said, I have to walk gingerly.
Yeah, you got to walk gingerly sometimes, and that's cool though. It teaches you how to be humble and how to handle situations without turmoil and fussing and all, because we were younger, Reggie. We thought that's the way we had to be, because of our size and our, loud voices and big guys. You figure, hey, man, that's what works for me. But you sometimes find out through your older age that your temperament is what sets the tone, not your size and your boisterous loud mouth. That don't get you nowhere a lot of times. So yeah, but fellas, I appreciate y'all coming on here, and next week we'll be back in the warehouse, back in the studio. What is that noise?
That was me coming to my house.
Oh, okay. Well, mute your phone, Clown. But yeah, next week we'll be back in the warehouse or at the studio rather, sitting around talking to one another, and we'll get some things together. That'll be the first week in June, so we'll be bumping back up to a full-fledged man cave, back in the man cave studio, doing what we have to do. So we look forward to seeing y'all next week. So hey, fellas, y'all go ahead and sign off. Reggo, you go ahead and go first.
Yeah, this is Reggo from Sunnyside, Texas. Check out.
Exactly.
Hey, I like this. I like what we're doing. I love the conversations we have, and
right.
I look forward to speaking to you fellas next week.
All right, baby. We appreciate you coming on the air tonight, Reggie, and appreciate your insight on the problems we got going on. And like I said, we're gonna go hashtag. What is it called? Hashtag what?
Stay with my son.
Yeah, stay with my son. So if you see a black man out there on the side of the road with them police, feel free to pull over. Have your paperwork together though, but feel free to pull over and wait till the situation is diffused, or somebody's gone to jail, or he's back in his car and going home. So Steve, you go ahead and sign off next.
All right, this is your boy Big Steve, all the way from Southport to Hiram Clark, all the way back out here to Spring, Texas. What I'm going to do is flushing the bullshit where it's supposed to go. And we're going to keep this thing moving because we got more important things to worry about than bullshit. And one of them is we got to take command of our neighborhood, and we're going to have to get back to being the kings that we're meant to be.
Exactly. I appreciate that, Steve. But, yeah, so we'll see y'all next week, fellas. This is JD the Barber signing off from JD's Man Cave. And we just got to get back to taking responsibility for our neighborhoods and being, like Steve said, being the kings that we're supposed to be and taking care of one another. And, yes, I am my brother's keeper. So let's start keeping each other and making sure each other get home safe, back to our families, because that is the most important thing out there on the side of the road, is get back home to your family, because you can't win no court case, no trial out there on the side of the road. Just let them handcuff you, let them go on about their business, take you to jail, and we'll come get you out of the jailhouse. But anyway, like I said, thank y'all for tuning in to JD's Man Cave. It's been a joyous night here in Houston, Texas, and we'll see y'all next week. Thank you.
Hey, this is JD of JD's Man Cave, coming at you again tonight on a big old Saturday night. We want to thank y'all for tuning in. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride.